Everybody. I'd like to start off by saying in this live today, what I'm going to teach people is how to buy off-market deals because that's really where it's at. I made a lot of mistakes early on in my career of real estate investing, and I love coming out here and showing people, man, it's a lot easier way. I didn't know this at the time, and by the way, they didn't have this when I first started in 2000. So what I'm also leading to is to let you know, as a real estate investor, you need to make sure you have tools in your toolbox. I always tell people that, there's no way you can just do this, without any type of tools. Okay. So if you want to be able to find deals, one way is you need this tool here, and I'm going to show it to you. And it makes it a lot easier because you could do this from your desktop, you could do this from your cell phone, you can do it from your laptop. So it doesn't even matter. So the point is, when you have technology, it helps out a lot easier. When I started in 2000, this software wasn't even in existence. I'm going to show it to you right now. All right. So here is how you find below market deals. I'm going to pick a city, and I'm going to show you all the potential and all the, availability that's out there. And you could even do this while you're still working at corporate America, while you're with your family or whatever. Let me show you. I'm gonna flip my screen around and I'm gonna show you an example. I'm gonna do Atlanta, Georgia, right? I don't live in Atlanta, but I'm showing you there are deals wherever you go. So I'm gonna flip my screen around just to give you an idea. Atlanta, Georgia, just as an example. Look at all the opportunities for you to rent out properties. 11,000 MLS deals, 300 pre-foreclosures, 300 auctions, 550 bank owns, and the list just goes on and on. And what I want you to see is just in Atlanta alone, there's 320,000 deals available just in Atlanta alone. I'm just showing you the capability when you can tap into some softwares like that, it makes your job a lot easier. There are other ways too, but that was just one example I'm giving you to where you could be able to use your cell phone to be able to find deals. I was able to find deals while I was working at corporate America by using this software program. And in the near future, I'll be teaching you about it. But I like buying bank owned deals. I like buying auction deals. I like buying pre foreclosures. And the whole key is when you're getting into real estate investing, when you're buying these deals, the key is buying it below market value. You make money when you buy the deal, but you realize it when you sell it. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that again. You make money when you buy a real estate deal, but you realize it once you sell it. Now I'm gonna pick another city and state because I want to show you how powerful this software program is. I'm gonna pick matter of fact, put it in the chats right now. You tell me what city and state you're in, and I'll tell you there are deals in your area. And what I want to let you know too is you don't have to just buy in your area, in your city. You could buy anywhere. So there's no law that says you can only buy in your city. And you could buy as many properties as you want. All right. So, okay, I don't see anybody putting anything in there. So I'm just going to pick my own city and state. Um, I'm going to pick Memphis, Tennessee. I'm just going out on a whim. I'm going to pick Memphis, Tennessee. And this is for people that want to know about real estate investing. I'm just going to show you Memphis, Tennessee, 4,000 MLS deals, 471 pre-foreclosures, okay, 2,000 bank owns, cash buyers, liens, vacant properties, and all of these you don't need to try to worry about negotiating because they're already below market value. Guys, again, I'm just showing you different ways on how to go out there and find single family houses. And that's all I deal with. I don't deal with mobile homes. I don't deal with certain things, certain types. I like to buy single family houses. Why? Because the average person can really afford it, and plus it's more desirable. So I stay away from mobile homes. I just don't get into them. They're not a great investment, and it's almost like it's a liability, kind of like a car, right? On a financial standpoint, it costs more money, and they don't go up in value. I'm just being honest with you. So that's one thing I'm showing you. So all these deals are below market. Now let's get into more details so I can show you something. I'm gonna pick another city and state. I'm gonna pick San Antonio. I'm gonna pick San Antonio, Texas, just as an example as we go a little bit more in depth in this. But there's so much opportunity out here. What's going on, Braden? There's so much opportunity out here, and I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth. And I'm picked San Antonio, Texas, okay, and I'm going to look for some more deals out here. Now, I like personally bank owned, okay, and this is what I look for when I'm looking for these properties. Um, I want y'all to see this because this is really important. All right, watch this as I look at bank owned deals. Again, I'm going back on here, okay. I'm doing San Antonio, and I'm gonna pick bank owned, okay? I just picked a deal right here. It's 114,000. It's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot. And then I click it. I'm gonna go into some more detail. Remember, it's for sale for 114,000, and it's got pictures. Let's take a look at the pictures here, okay? So all I do is buy single family properties, get these things renovated, okay, using other people's money, and then I turn around and rent them out to Section 8. I'm telling you, when you can get into real estate and rent them out and hold on to them for the long term, that's when you're going to start winning in this real estate game. Okay, and I was able to do this while I was working at corporate America. So you see right here is like the flooring is bad. Now my whole goal is, again, like I said, I'm just trying to hold on to these properties because I want to get paid every single month guaranteed. Just like you get paid every 2 weeks at your corporate America job, the only difference here is I'm building assets, I'm buying assets, and I'm getting paid every single month. My money is guaranteed because I'm getting it through the government. Now, let's do a deep dive on this particular deal. I want you to see some more important things that I look for when I'm looking for deals. Watch this, okay? All right, watch. So I'm looking at the bedroom size. I always deal with at least a 3 bedroom. So it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot. This is a lot of size, especially when I'm dealing with Section 8, because I'm dealing with families, with kids, single moms with kids. That's usually what it is. And I come over here and I'm looking at, okay, it's a distressed property, it's bank owned. Okay, that's a good opportunity right there. Okay. Remember I told you it was for sale for 114,000. Its estimated value, what it's worth, is 188,000. So what I'm showing you is this. I'm showing you the blueprint and the secret and the hack on how to get ahead financially. Look, all these that are check mark are like my subject property. So these are the comps. That's how I came up with it. That's how I came up with the 188,000. The key, guys, I'm telling you, when it comes to real estate or financial freedom and your financing period, is you must be able to buy assets, all right? Business or assets. They don't teach us this in school. When you can buy assets, this is when this is when you're winning. Okay, is it raining for you? It is raining. It was raining. It's not anymore. But this is how you win in the game of financing and financial freedom. Because as long as you're working for somebody else, and as long as you have to go in to work and exchange time for wages, you'll never win. And I had to learn this the hard way. So I show y'all this so you don't have to learn the hard way. You can learn it from somebody that's actually done it. All right. I can show you on my screen now, or not on my screen, but on my chalkboard. I always do this. I like to show y'all the benefits of the buy and hold strategy as opposed to fix and flip. Can I do this? If so, give me a thumbs up. We got a few people in here. So before I get up, I'll show you why the buy and hold strategy is so much more effective. And on top of that, all right, and on top of that, what I'm showing you is you're losing a lot of money on the table when you do fix and flip and wholesaling. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. All right, this is why I tell you, hold on to the property. Ownership of it is going to get you a whole lot further. All right, so put some thumbs up in the chats, tap the screen. I'm a new subscriber, just to let you know. Thank you, Valerie, and anybody else that's new to my live. Subscribe if you like this information. I'll keep on going. But give me some thumbs up and some taps if you're enjoying this. But thank you. And hopefully, if you enjoy this, anybody else, subscribe to my channel. Because I like teaching people about financial freedom and how to do that and buying real estate. Because there's so many ways you could just level up it. But a lot of people just don't tap into this information. So I see Valerie wants it. So I'm going to give it to Valerie because I see Valerie wants to learn. I like when people want to learn. And I don't have to convince anybody. Just when you want to learn, I'm helping. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is for Valerie. I'm just writing in here. So these are people that want to learn this. So I'm going to flip my screen around because I want you to show you how important it's in. Like I said, guys, if you like this information, subscribe, okay? And go to my YouTube channel. But I want to show y'all something because this is getting even better, okay? I'm showing you why the buy and hold strategy is way more effective. And when you start doing fix and flip and wholesaling and rent arbitrage, you're losing a lot of money. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all this. I've actually been through everything on here except this one right here. Except this one. Buy and hold strategy, okay? Buy and hold versus fix and flip and wholesaling. I used to do this at the very beginning, but I found out this is not that great. Trust me, I've been there before. This is where it's at. So watch this. When you do fix and flip, what they don't tell you is you got to pay something called a broker's fee at the very beginning. And then at the end of the year, you got to pay capital gains tax. That's to the IRS, okay? What I found out was when I started doing this, I started to realize, wait a minute, I can't work in my business. No, I have to work in my business and I can't work on my business. I have to be inside. I couldn't take long trips like I do now. Because when I'm done with that fix and flip, I got to go back out there and hustle and go get another deal. So then I found another way. Let me show you. So I started to do the buy and hold strategy. So I started to buy the properties that need work. That's why it looks like this. We turned around, got it rehabbed, and this is called the buy and hold because now my strategy is to hold on to this property. As long as I hold on to this property and put these types of tenants in here, Section 8, traveling nurse insurance, event spaces, I get paid every single month guaranteed. Give me a thumbs up if you like this so far. Give me a thumbs up if so far what I'm saying makes sense and you enjoy this, all right? But yeah, I get these type of tenants inside my properties, all right? I'll show you that in just a second, 718. But you know, this is the type of people that I get in my properties. But I want you to see something else. Every single time, every single month, my properties go up in value. It's called appreciation, all right? No problem. Yeah, it is. So no worries, Valerie, I'll be on again tomorrow. So appreciation. And then also at the same time, my tenants are paying it down. Okay, see you later. So a lot of times my tenants are paying this down. And that difference is called equity capture. This is important because now I can go back and get something called a cash out refi. Okay, cash out refi. And what happens is I go get more real estate like single family houses. But sometimes my equity capture has been so big that I turn around instead of getting single family houses, I go out and go to get apartments. So today I got two totaling 232 doors. And then what I get to do is I get to write stuff off. When I have my business and I set it up as a business, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, whatever, I get to write stuff off. Well, what am I writing off? Well, inside my home office, I get to write off my hutch, any books or workshops or seminars or master classes that I go towards real estate, I get to write that off. My computer, my pens, all this. Even the phone that we're on right now, while you guys are paying top dollar, I get to pay a small percentage simply because I got into real estate and I set this up as a business. I'm giving you a greater insight on how this works, guys. They don't teach us this in school. Not a university, not a college, not a trade school. I'm just telling you what's available. I'm just showing you how to open up your mindset and showing you other opportunities that are available, and you don't have to slave for somebody else. You can become independent instead of codependent. So let me show you something else. Also, when you get this and you do what I do, you can do something called seller finance once your house is paid for. This takes time. And then you can do something called a 1031 exchange. When I buy a property, I sell another one, and guess what? I pay zero to no money down, okay? That in itself right there was a masterclass, and I can promise you this information right here that I just shared with you is something that I actually experienced, okay? All this stuff I experienced, and I got to learn. It took me a long time to figure this out, and yet I showed you this in a small amount of time. I think that's pretty valuable information. That is key. If you like that information, guys, give me a thumbs up and say yes in the chats. If this was good information, Give me a thumbs up and put yes in the chats. I'm just curious so I can know for next time if it's worth me doing this or not. But I'm just showing you guys what took me a long time to figure out. I just showed y'all in 10 minutes. I think that's pretty incredible that I can do that and show it to you because, like I said, I've already been through all the struggle, all the stress, all the trying to figure this out. It took me a long time. Now, somebody asked me about Section 8. Well, let me show you something about Section 8. I'm telling you what works. I'm only giving you the information that works and taking out anything that doesn't. All right. So I rent out my properties to Section 8. Why? Because I want guaranteed income every single month. So I'm going to pick Dallas, Texas. I'm going to show y'all something. I want to enlighten you about something. Did you know you can deal with low-income housing Section 8 and get paid every single month guaranteed? And it doesn't matter what the economy does. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me give you a better idea. Here is Section 8. Look at Dallas, for example. Look at all the properties. Look at all the landlords like myself. All these are blue dots. And that is a landlord or investor that's renting out their properties and they're renting it out to Section 8. Do you know why we do this? Is because we like the idea of getting paid every single month. Who would like to get paid every single month? I'm curious. When you do this, you don't have a boss. I don't have to commute to work. Okay. I'm not exchanging time for wages. Okay. You see how this is? You can buy this. You could buy a property. Just imagine you being the landlord or owner of this property and you're renting it out for $2,400 and get paid every single month. Do you not like this? Yes, no, maybe, perhaps. I like it that everybody's responding. But the real key is when you can buy real estate like that and turn around and rent these things out. Let me flip my screen to show you. Now, that was just Dallas. I'm just being generous to show you. That's Dallas. That's 549 rentals in Dallas, and that's on Section 8. Okay. I do traveling nurses. I do other ones too, and I'll be teaching you that in my upcoming class. But the point is, I'm showing you there's more than one way to make income. I'm showing you how to get out of your comfort zone. I'm showing you how to get out of your mindset and shifting it to something else because I'm showing you that you can make money also by doing real estate. Let me pick another city and state because, like I said, man, most Section 8 is in every city. Let me pick another city and state. Let me see. Let me think about one. Let me think of a city and state that I could pick that I haven't done in a long time and show you that real estate is everywhere. But I like dealing with low-income housing, Section 8. That's my favorite. Been doing it since 2000, and I haven't looked back since. Look, I'm doing Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. Let me flip my screen around. Okay, so as I show you here at Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm just showing you ways that you can rent your properties out. This is 345 properties just in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. And when you put your properties on here, whether it's an apartment complex, a single family house, whatever, okay, you'll have these tenants calling you because it's hard for them to find properties. They need a place to live. And I show you the ins and outs and how to work the system or work within the system so you can rent your properties out and get paid every single month. You're probably wondering why, Eric, why do you even do real estate? Well, I'm going to tell you. In the early 2000s, I went to school, got out, college, got my degree, did everything I was told to do, and I started working at these plants. I made great money. I was making six figures, raising a family, bought some stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. It was hard because I was exchanging time for wages. And I found out pretty quickly this is not something that I like. Why? Because I really wasn't getting ahead financially. You know why? Because we're set up in a rat race. You'll never get ahead. You're only going to benefit them, the company. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm saying is at least get into something as a backup. That's what I recommend. And I got to learn that the hard way because 1 year into my job, they laid me off. I didn't do anything wrong. But that was the wake up call for me to say, wait a minute, I need a backup plan financially. Because anybody can get laid off, especially during these uncertain times. So I just tell people, get into real estate or something so you can get to financial freedom and have a backup plan just in case, because it can happen to anybody at any given time. And they didn't give me a notice. They let me know that day, you're out of here. And I was like, okay. And that's when my mind shift changed. And I started to say, I'm going to start learning how to be codependent instead of independent on a job. So hopefully y'all like this information. Hopefully it's brought you some ROI. I'm about to bounce. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to stay on here long. I know a lot of people got to go to work tomorrow, but that's your choice. All you have to do is learn something different to get out of your situation. And eventually you too can get into real estate and become financially free. See y'all in the next live. Stay safe.